Hello everyone, my name is Prachi and today I am here with this topic fraction. Now this topic actually I made for grade 4 but I'll suggest whichever grades this topic is not clear they can thoroughly enjoy this video and understand all the basic concept of fraction. So let's start. First of all, what exactly is this fraction? So it is nothing but it is a part of whole. Okay, so how do we write this fraction? We write the fraction like 5 by 6, right? Or we call it as 5 by 6, 5 over 6, we call it as 5 upon 6, different ways of saying this fraction. So how it is a part of whole? And first of all, let's see the terminologies. So this our 5, the number which we write, okay, let's just write this first. This is called fraction bar. Okay, now the number above this fraction bar is called numerator, and the number which is below this fraction bar is called denominator. Okay, I think you all are aware of these terminologies: numerator, denominator, and the bar which separates them is called as fraction bar. Now you all must be knowing about this fractions which we generally use, like you can see 1 by 2. Okay, 1 by 2. So let me tell you first of all what is this fraction. Let's just again discuss about what is this fraction. So as I told you, fraction consists of numerator and denominator. Now denominator is a part which is a whole, that is all the numbers of parts that figure has. For example, the first one, the circle one. Okay, this circle has how many parts total? Total there are 2 parts, right? And out of these 2 parts, one part is dark colored, shaded, we can say. Okay, so out of 2 parts, one part is shaded. So you can see denominator is the number of total parts, that is 1, and numerator is the part which is selected or which is shaded. It can be anything. So that part we are talking about, that is 1 out of 2. This is our fraction. You can see in the second figure also, total number of parts are 2, out of which the dark colored is 1 part. Okay, so once again our fraction, that is we are talking about 2 parts. Out of 2 parts, 1 is shaded. Then in the third figure also, total number of parts are 2. Out of 2, 1 is darkly shaded. Okay, so this is how we find out, or we say that these are our fraction. Okay, now the next figure is, or the next general fraction is 1 by 3. 1 by 3. Okay, now this 1 by 3, let's see this 1 by 3. You can see again in this first circle, total number of parts are 3. Out of 3, how many are shaded? You can see out of 3, only this part is shaded. That is, out of 3, only one part is shaded, right? Now in this triangle, how many total parts are there? 3, correct. And how many are shaded? See, you can see this yellow part, dark yellow. So this is shaded. Out of 3, one part is again shaded. In the third figure also you can see out of 3 parts, there is like 1, 2, 3. Out of 3, 1 is shaded, and this is what is our fraction 1 by 3. And now one more most common fraction is 1 by 4. Now as I earlier also told you that fraction is nothing but denominator is total number of parts. In this figure now total parts are 4, out of which this one is shaded. That's why 1 by 4. In the second figure also you can see there are total 4 parts, out of which 1 is shaded. So that's why 1 by 4. Now there are some common names for these fractions, like 1 by 2 is also called as half, okay, and then 1 by 3 is also called as 1/3, and 1 by 4 has two names. One is 1/4 and other is quarter. Quarter. Okay, so these are the general names we use for these fractions. Half or 1/2, you can say 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, and 1/4 has a one more name, that is quarter. Now let's move towards the, I think you must understand now what are the fractions and how are their terminologies. Let's move to the next topic now. Our next topic is like fractions and unlike fractions. Very simple topic, like and unlike fractions. Now like fractions are which have same denominator. Like for example, I can say 1 by 5, 2 by 5, 3 by 5, or 7 by 5, 9 by 5. Everywhere you can see their denominator is 5, 5, 5, 5. Same denominator. So all these fractions are called like fraction. Now let's see what are unlike fractions. Unlike fractions are the fractions whose denominator is different. Different denominator. Okay, so whose denominators are different. For example, we can take 1 by 2, 1 by 3, 4 by 5, then 6 by 4. It can be anything. You can see all these places, their denominators are different. So they are called unlike fractions. So yes, very simple topic it is. Like fractions means a fraction whose denominators are same, and unlike fractions are the fractions whose denominators are different. Now let's move towards another topic. Yes, our next topic is proper fraction and improper fraction. Like and unlike is just like that, very simple, that proper fraction is a fraction in which numerator is smaller than denominator. Okay, numerator is small. Okay, let's see what are the examples. Like 1 by 2, you can see 1 is smaller than 2. Then we have like 3 by 5. Here also numerator is 3, which is smaller than its denominator, that is 5. Then 6 by 9, here also you can see numerator 6 is smaller than denominator. Now improper fraction. What are improper fraction? In which numerator is big. Okay, now for example, like 8 by 2, you can see 8 by 2 numerator here is bigger than our denominator. Then 9 by 6, again you can see numerator is big. 7 by 5, all these places you can see our numerator is bigger than our denominator. So let's just revise again. Proper fractions are the fractions whose numerator is smaller than denominator, and improper fractions are the fractions whose numerator is bigger than their denominator. So I hope this is clear. Now next, third type of fraction we have, that is mixed fraction. Mixed fraction. Now what are mixed fractions? Mixed fractions are the fractions which are like name itself indicates. So mixed fraction has one whole number, and it also has a fractional part. A fractional part. So according to name, it is a mixture of a whole number and a fractional part. For example, if I take 2 1 by 4, you can see we have, let me just label it. This 2 is our whole number, and this 1/4 is our fractional part. Like we can also take it example like 7 3 by 4. So again, which is whole number here, right? 7 is a whole number, and which is the fractional part? 3 by 4 is a fractional part. So these are our 3 types of fractions: proper fraction, improper fraction, mixed fraction. Okay, now we will be learning about their conversions, how to convert from one form to another form. So let's move ahead. Yes, so let's see now conversion of mixed fraction to improper fraction first. Let's get it divided. Okay, so yes, let's see. Let's take example like 2 1 by 4. Okay, so how to convert? Let's see first how to convert these fractions. So what you need to do is multiply your whole number, that is 2, times the denominator, that is 4, and then you need to add the numerator, that is 1. So let's write it is like 2 whole number times denominator 4 plus 1, and its denominator remains the same, that is 4. What is the answer? 2 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9 by 4 is your answer. Simple. We converted a mixed fraction into improper fraction. Let's take one more example, that is 3 1 by 2. Again same thing. You need to multiply whole number times the denominator and add numerator to it. So 3 times 2 plus 1, same denominator, that is 2. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is equals to 7, and denominator is same. So simple. How to convert mixed fraction into improper fraction? 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 by 2 is mixed fraction. Now let's see opposite. That is conversion of improper fraction into mixed fraction. Let's take example like 8 by 5. So for this we need, so to convert this we actually need to divide this 8 by 5, divide this 8 by 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 8 minus 5 is 3. Okay. So now how to write? Now this, your quotient, your answer is your whole number. Your remainder is your numerator. Okay. And this 5, as I said, denominator is same. So here divisor is nothing but your denominator. So let's write, as I said, quotient is 1, that is the whole number, and numerator is remainder, that is 3 in this case, and denominator remains same, right? Okay, now let's take one more example where it is 19 by 3, for example. So let's just again divide it here. 19 divided by 3. 3 times how much is closest to 19? 3 times how much is 6? 3 times 6 is 18. 19 minus 18 is 1 remaining. Okay. So as I said, our whole number is our quotient, that is 6. And our fractional part, numerator, is your remainder. Remainder is 1, and your denominator remains the same, that is 3. Okay, so remember, in conversion of improper fraction into fraction, you need to actually divide your numerator, because denominator is the always one digit that divides. Okay, so 8 divided by 5, and your quotient, that is 1, you need to write it as a whole number, and your remainder you need to write it as your numerator, the remainder. Okay, and as I said, denominator remains the same. In second example also we have done the same thing. We divided 19 by 3, so our quotient is 6, so that is our whole number. Numerator is nothing but the remainder, and denominator remains the same. I hope you understood these conversions. And because the video was getting so longer, so I made two parts of this chapter, fractions. And we'll see you in the second part of the fraction, where I will be explaining equivalent fraction and how to convert, how to find out equivalent fraction of particular fractions, or how to check whether given fractions are equivalent to each other or not. So all those details about equivalent fractions, addition, subtraction of fractions, we will be learning into the second part. So don't forget to watch the second part. Thank you.